Luke Charlton from Jumpstart Coaching Academy and editor-in-chief of I Love Coaching magazine, and welcome to the Jumpstart Marketing Show. Now, on this training, I want to teach you a really important concept for you to be able to go out and achieve your goals in 2016 and beyond. One of the biggest challenges for me in previous years when I've set goals is that, we have these great goals of I want 10 clients per month, I want to earn $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 per month. I want to lose 100 pounds. I want to, find the one, whatever the goal is that we're trying to set. We set these goals and we have them there on a sheet and we're ready to go out and take action. And then it's almost like, all right, well, how do I do it now? And we don't really have a process or a strategy in place to actually go ahead and achieve that goal, even though we've broken it down into step-by-step actions. A lot of these goals don't come to fruition simply because we're taking the wrong approach to them. And in this training, I want to show you the right approach. So if that resonates, if you've set a few goals and you're unsure about how to achieve that, whether it's 5,000, 10,000 a month or a certain amount of clients a month, that's what I want to show you in this short training. So hope you have a pen and paper ready. Now, have you ever heard the phrase, anything that's tracked and measured improves, right? Anything that's tracked and measured improves. I mean, that's one of the big reasons why we set goals. We set goals, we track and measure, and then those things improve, whether it's opt-ins for our email list, whether it's us losing weight, whether it's getting quality dates to then find the one. Anything that's tracked and measured is improved. Now, the problem is that most people are tracking and measuring the wrong things. So the concept that I want to educate you on in this training is called the input or leading and trailing indicators. So leading and trailing measurement indicators. So what most people do is they will track trailing indicators to help them achieve their goal. So this is what a trailing indicator is. So let's pretend that one of our clients is trying to lose weight. What most people do is that they'll jump on the scale and they will, measure how many pounds they've lost, or they will get out their measuring tape and they'll measure their stomach and their arms or whatever. And they will track, the inches that they've lost or the centimeters, depending on where you come from. I'm from Australia, so it's centimeters. And the challenge with these measurements, again, they are trailing measurements. So we don't really have much influence over these measurements. And it's just like when we set goals of I want to get 10 clients per month, or I want to have 10 sales conversations per month, or I want to earn $15,000 per month. These are trailing indicators. These are output indicators. We don't really have much influence over these. What we want to track is our leading indicators, and these are things that we have much more influence over, and these are the things that that are going to take us to that output indicator of $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 per month, or losing 5, 10, 50, 100 pounds. This will make a much more sense in a second. So a leading indicator would be something like, let's say the losing weight example again. A leading indicator would be the calories in. So tracking our calories in versus calories out. So the food that we put in our mouth and how much exercise we're doing, so how much energy we're burning. So we can control how much food we are putting in our mouth, and that is going to determine what our weight comes down to on the scales or measuring with the tape. Just the same as, if we want to increase our sales conversations. Well, again, if I want to have, 10 sales conversations per week, because I know sales conversations lead to more clients, that's a trailing indicator. For a leading indicator, something that we have influence over might be, look, for me to get 10 sales conversations, I need to go and visit 10 networking events per week, because I know after each networking event I speak to at least one person, which leads to then a sales conversation. So we have control and influence over going to a networking event. So let's say that you had a goal of wanting to get more speaking engagements. Now, speaking engagements is the output. The output indicator. I want, 5 speaking engagements per month. Well, what's the leading indicator? What's the leading measurement that you have to do to get those speaking engagements? Maybe it's sending out introduction. One of the things I teach my clients to do is put together a one-sheet introduction that positions them as an expert, tells them, what the speech is going to be about, et cetera, et cetera. So maybe it's sending out your one sheet to 100 organizations around the world or in your country or in your local area, that's something that you have control over. Whether someone's going to book you for a speaking engagement, you don't have control over that. What you do have control over is sending out your speaker one sheet. The same when it comes to getting people to a webinar registration. So let's say you want to make $10,000 a month selling off a webinar. Well, you don't have control over that. What you do have control of is getting people to the webinar, let's say through Facebook ads. So you're going to spend, again, what you have control over, maybe $100 per week on getting a certain amount of people to that webinar. So again, tracking that measurement and improving that measurement is going to get you to that end goal of whatever it was, $10,000 a month, of whatever I just said. So the difference between the leading indicator and tracking the trailing indicator is literally the difference between success and failure on us achieving our goals going towards 2016 and beyond. So just remember that when it comes down to tracking your goals, what is it that you're tracking? Are you tracking the thing that you can't really influence? If you are, maybe take a couple of steps back and think about, okay, if my end goal is $10,000 a month or 10 clients a month, what do I need to do to achieve that? So what needs to happen for me to earn $10,000 per month? Well, I have to have, I know that I can convert, say, 50% of sales conversations into clients. So, and I know that each one of my packages are worth $1,000. So that means I need to have 20 sales conversations. Closing at 50% is, $10,000 per month. So I need to have 20 sales conversations per month, knowing that half of them will become clients, half of them won't. So if I need 20 sales conversations per month, then how am I going to get people to those sales conversations? What's the moving back from there? So that could be getting speaking engagements. So I need to speak in a room of, say, max of 100 people, because I know out of every 100 people I speak in front of, 20 of those people will become, will apply for a sales conversation. So again, this is about knowing your numbers as well and just taking action. Now, you may not know your numbers now on your conversion numbers, but simply taking action and moving forward, you will know those numbers. But the point is, what we want to track is our leading measurements, our leading indicators, not our trailing. It's the things that we have influence over, because they're the things that are going to eventually lead us to our output indicators and our main goals. So hopefully that's helpful. Hopefully you're taking down a ton of notes. Again, this is Luke Charlton from Jumpstart Coaching Academy, and this is the Jumpstart Marketing Show. If this was helpful, what I'd love for you to do is just hit the share button around here on this blog and share it with a coach that you know that could use some of this advice on helping them achieve their goals, their business goals going into 2016 and beyond. That will be really helpful. So that's all I ask is, if this was helpful, just share it on this blog, and I'll be sending you many more of these coming through in the next weeks, months, and years. I look forward to speaking to you then. Cheers.